work hit me, I'm set for the night. Look good, smell right. Yeah, I'm that type. I gotta let the world know I got that root work tonight. Root work tonight. Yeah, root work tonight. I'll be feeling so right. I got that root work tonight.
Discover the heart of our history at the Hidden History Museum in Los Angeles. Now open with new weekend hours, Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Located at 2131 West Jefferson Boulevard in Los Angeles, our museum showcases the brilliance and ingenuity of foundational Black American culture, along with the richness of global Black culture. Come in, explore our displays, and shop for books, films, and other unique items that celebrate our legacy. Also, be sure to look out for our popular special events. For more information, visit hiddenhistorymuseum.com.
Boom, there it is. What's up, man? I'm here. Yes, I am. I'm in the building. What's up with y'all? How's everybody living on this beautiful Father's Day? Happy Father's Day to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in here. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have y'all in here. Everybody pop on in so we can chop it up. Let me make sure I'm lotioned up. Let me make sure I'm lotioned down and lotioned up all right. Happy Father's Day to everybody in here. I'm going to need everybody to give me a nice retweet, though. That'll be great. If you can give me a retweet, that would be absolutely phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are in this piece. Get your high quality playback on. Y'all hit that HD so y'all can see the player in HD. Let me throw some lotion on. I don't feel like I'm buttered up enough. I gotta throw some cocoa butter on my fingers to make sure I'm right. Oh my goodness, we in here, man. We got a lot of stuff to hit on, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of stuff to hit on. Everybody, give me that retweet. I need y'all to hit me with the retweet, the repost. Put this thing up on Twitter/X. Put it up on Facebook, the gram, and the whole shebang. All right, I hope you guys spent time with your kids on Father's Day today. If you saw my Instagram story, we did a Father's Day brunch with my beautiful family, my mother, my lady, and my beautiful children. So we're always doing the family thing. You know, that keeps you spiritually grounded. It keeps you spiritually balanced. You got to have the elder, the youth, and your queen. It keeps that spiritual balance there. By the way, how do y'all like my hair, ladies and gentlemen? Well, ladies, how y'all like my hair? I got my hair cut today by a new barber. How y'all like my haircut, guys? Y'all like my hair? How do y'all like my haircut? I got a Father's Day haircut. We just got back in from New York yesterday. And by the way, shout out to New York. Oh, love New York. New York, much respect to you, New York. Boy, New York don't owe me nothing. Y'all showed me the greatest time. My lady loved it. The kids loved it. We had a ball in New York, man. Everybody in New York just showed me so much respect and love. I always get a lot of love and respect out of New York, man. New York, man, some of the greatest people out there. Great people in New York, man. Solid ass people. New York gets a bad reputation of being rude. New York, yeah, you got people who are rude out there. You know, you got some crazy folks. There's a lot of crazy people who be walking around, you know, yelling and spitting and, you know, shit like. But people in New York are generally cool folks, man. They just keep it 100 with you. They give you the same energy. Yeah? They give you the same energy. You was in New York, yeah. You saw my picture on the mural, man. Shout out to the Harlem. Y'all need to go check out the mural in Harlem at Planet Harlem. They got me on a mural out there. So they always show love. Yeah, New York keeps it a buck. New York keeps it 100. Yeah? And I like New York because people, they don't hold back. You walk down the street, you pass somebody by, they're cursing out their baby daddy. Like, yo, nigga, you said you were going to get me Pampers. You know, it's that. I love it. I just love it. It's no filter. Love it. You find out everybody's business, just random people. I get drawn into random people's drama in New York because everything is very, very public. It's very public. They be telling all their business just randomly. I was at the park with the kids and there was some chick behind me on the phone. Just I got caught up in her drama. Just random. That nigga gonna get me evicted again. I ain't gonna lose my Section 8 this time for that bitch ass nigga. And okay. Oh, I'm like, oh damn, what'd he do? I'm all into it. What'd he do? My eyes is bucket. Ooh. He out here chasing hoes and ain't paying rent. I'm like, ooh, where the hoes at? I'm all in the business. I love New York. I love New York. I love it. We went to Central Park Zoo. We were going to go to the Bronx Zoo. We went to the Central Park Zoo, which is cool. It's smaller, but it's cool. It's small, but it's cool. It was I'm at Central Park Zoo, and there was a sister there who had on a Central Park uniform. I'm like, ma'am, where are the animals? Oh, I'm not a zookeeper. I do maintenance at the park. But, yo, if you go up there, there's a red panda if you go to the right, though. All right, thank you. Well, shout out to New York. I just love the energy out there. I love it. They'll still try to help you no matter what. But, yeah, much love to New York City. So I got back yesterday, and, it was going to be Father's Day today, and I had to get my Father's Day haircut. All of my barbers, I got a few rotating barbers, and, a lot of them are doing the Father's Day thing, so a lot of them weren't going to be available today, so I had to find a new barber. How y'all like my hair? How y'all like my joint? It's cool. How you like my hair? It's kind of giving early 90s a little bit, right? But it looks cool. Is it fresh? It's giving early 90s. I'm kind of getting an I'll Be Sure vibe. I don't know. But I had to find a new barber because a lot of my barbers, they weren't available. So I had to get somebody who was available early because I wanted to go to brunch with the family. So I had to find somebody. So, there's a few websites that you can go to find barbers. So it was a barber in Hollywood. I went down to Hollywood. I think it's cool. I think the guy was an illegal immigrant. I think he was an illegal immigrant. I think he did a good job, right? He faded because he had good reviews. The guy had great reviews. And I know he was a Hispanic gentleman. And I went to the barber shop. I'm not going to tell where it is. I'm not going to bust them out. But they had the door locked. So they were on edge. They had the door locked. So I kind of had to do, and they had the blinds down. I'm like, okay, why is the door locked? And they came and I'm like, we had to unlock it. And they looking around. Okay, and then they lock it back. So I'm locked in here. It's a bunch of real Hispanic. This guy he was kind of Hispanic. He almost had a Dominican vibe. He had a little swag, the guy who cut my hair. But the other dudes, they look like gardeners. They look like they just came from Home Depot. No, I'm not saying that to disrespect, but they're like, hello. They really look like they were fresh off the boat. All right. So he's doing a good job. And they were all very paranoid in there. They were extremely paranoid. Every time a siren went by, they all got nervous. Oh, shit. One thing. Then they start ducking and looking. Oh, shit. Okay, everything cool? So they're in there talking in Spanish. I don't know what they're saying, but they were very on edge. They were on edge. So he kind of, I don't like my joint this narrow looking. I don't like it this narrow, but it's whatever. My hair grows. It's whatever. It's cool. I don't like it look kind of. I don't like it too narrow, but it's cool. You know, because I low key look like a stud. Low key. That's kind of how studs be getting their hair cut. I don't want to look like a stud. You know, I like it to be a little fuller. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I make it do what it do. He can fade. He got a little blend on him. You know. Yeah. Man. So yeah, I think it works. I think it works. But I'm here. Y'all come on in this room, man. We in here. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, before I get started, we need everybody. If you can look, everybody in here, everybody, we need you to go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Everybody make a contribution to the Hidden History Museum. We do need that. We need everybody to make 5, 10, whatever you need, whatever you got. Everybody make a little contribution to the Hidden History Museum because we keep the doors open with support of the family like you. All right. But family, as you know, this weekend, was it yesterday? They had these nationwide protests called No Kings. It was an anti-Trump protest that was orchestrated nationwide. From what I understand, this was a corporate thing. It wasn't grassroots whatsoever. Somebody with the Walton family, if I'm not mistaken, can y'all help me out to let me know if I'm accurate here? Because sometimes there's misinformation out here. But an heir to the Walton family was one of the people that was funding a lot of this stuff. So this was coming from the top. This was coming from some of the corporate entities. And there were a lot of massive people out at these protests, but did they make an impact? So that is accurate, right? That is accurate, allegedly accurate. Okay. So let me show some of the, I'm going to go down the Twitter timeline to kind of show what some of these marches, to show some of the vibes of it. All right. Let me show you guys some of the vibes. All right. So I fought fascism in 1945 at 102. So he's 102 years old. Okay. They had Jack Black. He was out at one No Kings protest and go down. No Nazis. Okay. You're an embarrassment to the Gemini. So they're going off on Trump. This that looks kind of AI-ish. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what city this is in. I don't know what city that's in. All right. They said this is downtown LA. A lot of people. Some of the Democrat shills. All right. A lot of Democrat shills. There was some counter protests with the Black for Trump. Let me see. This was the Los Angeles one. You know, a lot of people are already out for the protest against immigration. So family, like in certain cities, like this is Los Angeles. Now with these massive crowds, here's the thing. Nobody's talking about these protests today. Nobody's tweeting about them or nothing. Nobody's talking about them. This was San Diego. So they had all of these massive marches and nobody's even talking about them. Shout out to Father of Many Nations for the Super Chat Fund. Shout out to you. Now, family, let's talk turkey here. Let's talk turkey. Nobody's really talking about these protests that were allegedly so massive. There were a lot of people there. but it didn't really have an impact. Huh? Look at a lot of this. Well, I'm 74 years old. I'm this, I'm that. Yeah? You're in San Diego. Yeah, a lot of these were nothing burgers. They didn't really move the needle. Nobody's talking about them. They don't really have an impact. Let's be real. They just kind of came and went. These joints basically fizzled out. Huh? Yeah? And one of the reasons why, well, there's a few reasons. Let's get into it. Let's get into why these things fizzle. It really didn't move the needle. Well, one thing, there was some other stuff going on in the news cycle. Y'all know up there in Minnesota, there were some politicians who had gotten gunned down. So that was a big controversial story. But other than that, not just the fragmenting of the news, just the fragmented messaging of the No Kings protest. It basically encompassed a whole wide range of grievances. Immigration, authoritarianism, free speech, LGBT rights is all over the place. So the broad focus of it just basically diluted the core message, whatever core message it was. So it was hard for the media and audiences to kind of latch on to a single compelling narrative. What the hell was it about, basically? What was it about? Nobody can tell you about what it was about. Just no kings. Okay, what the hell does that mean? You don't really know you just don't like Trump. Okay. What was this thing about? Okay, you don't like Trump. Now what do you want done? Huh? You see what I'm saying? It didn't have a real sustained media interest. You know, there were some major outlets like the New York Times, NPR, CBS. They covered the protest, but the coverage was limited to basically event descriptions, photos, a little follow-up analysis or discussions. But the protest, it didn't generate enough novelty or disruption to really sustain media attention. Nobody really gave a damn. It was a lot of low energy. You know, it was low energy. And also another thing, man, let's be real. The geriatric demographic perception. There was a lot of old white people out there. You know? A lot of old white people. And what the hell are old white people complaining about in this country? That's going to be the general consensus. There's nobody more privileged than old white people. You have enjoyed every privilege imaginable. What are you protesting about? You can't even articulate what you're protesting about. Yeah? It was old white energy out there. And that just doesn't resonate. Yeah? What makes these things pop off, youthful, foundational Black American energy that wasn't there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah? That youthful, foundational Black American energy was not out there. We weren't out there, family. Foundational Black Americans, we have always been the secret sauce. When we ain't out there stomping on something, it ain't gonna really fly. It's not gonna get that energy that it needs if we're not centered in it. We are the secret sauce, ladies and gentlemen. With that protest, or those protests, plural, there was no authentic grassroots origin. It was corporate astroturfing. It was funded by liberal corporate entities. It was think tanks and NGOs. You know, it was performative activism. Nothing really popped off. It didn't really explain real community pain or people's needs. So, yeah, Nobody was really rocking with it like that. For real, I'm talking about people who matter. It was really some, white liberals complaining about Trump. Boo-hoo. They're panicking over Trump. Wasn't about no economic justice, police violence, reparations, housing, nothing that shows systematic deprivation of a group of people. That protest, it wasn't dangerous to the system because the system helped fund it. People saw it for what it was. The protest had corporate media coverage, city issued permits, coordinated branding, and talking points coming from the damn DNC. That's not revolution, ladies and gentlemen. That's controlled dissent. And the youth didn't take to it. Movements like that are not no real threats to the system, they always fizzle out fast because the state doesn't need to suppress them. You understand? That's why there was no real pushback. Yeah? Like when there's some real pushback, you get to see in the tanks and you get to see the drones and the tear gas and the rubber bullets and all that. You don't see all that because it's controlled. There wasn't no clear demands, no tangibles, no power shifts. They weren't demanding anything. We don't like Trump. No policy goal, no legislation push, no justice demands. Just vague emotional appeals to basically resist tyranny, protect democracy. Basically, you know what this was? This was the Democrats basically getting some B-roll footage for the next election. That's really what this shit was. It was the Democrats getting B-roll footage for the next election so they can say, look, the people marched in the streets against the Republicans. Look at all these people. Everybody wants to get rid of tyranny and the Republicans and their fascism. Remember? Get out of here. It was a nothing burger. And plus, the whole thing going on in the Middle East right now, that was somewhat of a distraction. But really, that FBA youth, it wasn't there. That foundational Black American youth wasn't there, ladies and gentlemen. And we are the secret sauce. And the youth, foundational Black American youth, they have that energy. And they have a certain energy that facilitates that Majara spirit that is powerful. And it's like alchemy. It changes culture. See, that Majara spirit is activated in our foundational Black American youth. Man, our youth, let me talk to my young folks. Where are my young'uns? Where are my 25 and under people? Where are my 25 and under? Y'all give me a thumbs up if you are 25 and under. Put your age up here. Let's do it like that. Let me see where my young folks are. All my 25 and younger people. Give me a thumbs up and put your age up here. All my young folks. And I'm not talking about some of y'all women who be lying to niggas at the club. I ain't talking about the 45-year-old women who kind of look young. Don't put your club age up here. No, we're not doing that. Don't put your cougar age up there where you be out here getting young niggas and spending some of your divorce settlement on them niggas. All right, we got the 19-year-old. We got Chris, who's 20. We got K-Dog, 24. Tony, 23. King of Life, 29. Dylon Pumps, 25. Let me see. Donnie Baines, 24. Supreme Block, 24. All right, shout out to my youngins in here. Human is 25. Intrinsic One, you 66. Shout out to the OG. D-Lo is 24. There it is. Sheena Jones is 52. Shout out to Sheena. Animal is 21. Lex Luger is 26. All right. All right, but listen. I want you to understand. Let me talk to my young FBAs for a minute. Let me talk to you guys, man, because you guys have a very special youthful energy That's very important. Your youthful foundation of Black American energy, it has always sparked movements in this country, from sit-ins to Ferguson to the civil rights movement in the 1960s. You've always had that energy in your presence. And movements without that spark of the young FBAs, it feels forced, inorganic, corporately funded. Because, see, our young FBAs, you have a divinely disrupted energy. Yeah? That energy is very, very powerful in our young folks. And in the dominant white society, a lot of them, they're much older. The average white person, what did they say? I forgot what the age range was. They were saying the average white person is what, in their 50s, something like that? It's something like that. I forgot the actual number. But the average black person is relatively younger. We have a relatively younger, youthful demographic. I'm charging my phone, y'all bear with me. And our young FBAs, you embody that righteous rebellion, not manufactured rage. See, Foundation of Black American Youth, you carry a righteous defiance that's ancestrally rooted. Yeah? Your energy comes from a place of real spiritual rebellion against spiritual evil and physical evil. Not no trendy hashtag, no Democrat damn talking point. Movements without that authentic FBA energy, it comes off as hollow, performative, astroturf, because it don't have that Majara-fueled moral compass. And that bloodline of resistance, family, it flows. You got it in your bloodline. Yeah? You descended from the people who, for centuries, resisted, escaped, fought back, rebelled, created. That kind of resistance is spiritual, not just genetic, but it gets passed down spiritually and genetically. And that Majara spirit, that's a living memory of Harriet Tubman's daring and Nat Turner's courage and Malcolm X's fire. See, movements absent of this bloodline, they lack depth, conviction, and soul. They just don't have it. That's why they're always begging us to come join their movements. You understand? Somebody said I look like a Dominican. How dare you? Yes, I got my hair cut by a Hispanic. That's okay. I think it looks okay. It'll work out. Does it look like I'm about to sprinkle some Goya powder on an empanada? I might, but damn it, it's all right. It's all right. I'm talking to our foundational Black American youth right now. I want you to understand who you are. You do things, there's divine timing and divine vessels with you, foundational Black American youths. You usually move with like a cosmic rhythm. See, we got that Majora spirit that gives us the ability to move with the universe. See, we know how to turn chaos into culture. Chants, music, fashion, everything we do, we create emotional and spiritual order. And a lot of the protests that the Foundation of Black American Youths are involved in, it's not on a schedule. See, this shit that was yesterday, that was some plan. You got to get permits, scheduling, and all that. No. When we turn up, ain't no permits. When we turn up, ain't no schedule. When we get busy, it ain't no press releases. You understand? Yeah, it just gets down to business and starts happening. That's cosmic rhythm. See, the universe, it commands resistance. And when the universe says it's time, that's when it's time. And when we turn up, these uprisings resonate globally. Unlike this other nonsense that we had yesterday, that's political theater. That's a social media fad. Our youth, they create cultural order. Yeah? Oh, excuse me. I'm not digging for boogers. There's some lint got in my nose. You see? we turn, our young folks turn that energy, that youth energy, they turn that into major movements. Yeah? Without us, without our youth, without us getting involved, these are just incidents. When we get in there, there's a spiritual, divine energy that takes over. It becomes a movement. It becomes a mass awakening. We magnify that energy into a legacy. That's what the civil rights movement was about. That's what the 92 uprising out here in LA was about. People still talk about that to this day. You understand? When we get down, we make history. They have to study how we get down. They got to do think pieces and articles and documentaries about the impact of it and the cause of it and the spirit of it. The ancestors, they danced through foundational Black American youths on the front line. See, that's why a lot of the youths, man, when our FBA youngins, man, when they get out there turning up, a lot of times they can't really articulate it. Sometimes they say, well, I don't know why I'm so compelled to act, but something is telling me to come out here. That's that ancestral force moving through them. That makes their actions kind of prophetic, and that makes it enduring. When other movements just basically die out when the funding and the media attention runs out. All of this stuff without us, without that foundational Black American energy, it just falls spiritually flat. They feel lifeless, uninspired, short-lived. That spirit realm is not present. Our people, foundational Black Americans, we summon a higher moral force. That's the thing that's missing in this stuff. Our foundational Black American youths, they represent Earth's spiritual corrections. You understand? This nation was built on the stolen labor and genocide of our foundational Black American people. The Most High is going to correct that. That's going to get corrected. The universe is very just. You understand? I want y'all to understand how just the universe is. Yeah? The universe is very just, ladies and gentlemen. And there's going to be corrective action, spiritual corrective action. And when you have foundational Black American youths out here, the youngins, that presence, that don't just demand change, that forces a reckoning. You see? And some people, they always trying to denigrate our young folks, our young foundational Black Americans, all these young folks today, their pants are sagging, they're out here on the corner, they out here selling drugs, they're out here twerking, they're out here doing something dysfunctional. There's always people trying to denigrate our foundational Black American youths. You notice that? People always trying to denigrate our FBA youngins. But I want you to understand the balance that our foundational Black American youths that you represent. See, the dysfunctions that some have in our society, dysfunctions were imposed. Y'all feel me? A lot of things dysfunctional within our society, foundational Black American society, that was brought in by outsiders. The so-called criminality and dysfunction, that's a symptom of systematic sabotage. See, dysfunction was imposed. Our divinity was inborn. You see, we've been victims of systematic sabotage, not a spiritual deficiency. Our spiritual core, that Majara spirit, that was planted by the Most High before the dysfunction was ever introduced to us. So what's labeled as broken is actually targeted, because we get targeted because of the divine power that we have. We get targeted for a reason, family. White supremacy, it manufactures dysfunction to disrupt our divine balance, ladies and gentlemen. The system of white supremacy, see, they deliberately inject drugs, they inject guns, propaganda, all of these negative entities, bad foods. We're repeatedly sabotaged. I talk about this all the time. This stuff, we're sabotaged all the time. Toxic ideologies are brought to us. They're always coming to us with some LGBT stuff with the kids. There's always some outside shit that they're trying to dump on us to disrupt our natural spiritual order. See, that form of spiritual warfare, that's designed to suppress our Majara spirit. Why? It's not weak. They understand our spiritual essence is too powerful for it to just be uncontrollable. They got to control us, because once we start tapping into our spiritual essence, which we're doing now, they can't hold that back. We're unstoppable. Yeah? And even when we're under attack, our foundational Black American spirit doesn't die. It adapts. Despite centuries of external sabotage, ladies and gentlemen, redlining, over-policing, miseducation, media demonization, genocide, lynchings, we continue to create beauty out of chaos. We have the ability to restructure pain into power. That's a sign of divine energy. That's not a dysfunction. Don't let people sit up and tell you about how dysfunctional we are. We know how to flip dysfunction and turn and commit alchemy with it and turn it into something that resonates culturally. Huh? I want you to understand, we're talking for real here. I want you to understand what we're talking about. Our flaws as foundational Black Americans, quote unquote, that's our armor in a hostile world. Sometimes when people see us aggression, attitude, non-compliance, and all that shit they say about us, that's the spirit defending itself from hostile surroundings. See, that divine spirit in foundational Black American youth, it don't bow easily. That's not a dysfunction. That's a spiritual discernment in the face of racial corruption. See, we got to understand where that's coming from. Man, we got a cultural brilliance, foundational Black Americans. Comes from spiritual depth. That comes from here. Our brilliance is here. Not policy support. It comes from here. Our youths are denied access to resources, but they create culture, basically, that touches the globe. That's not policy. That's prophecy. See, we, foundational Black Americans, our spiritual essence, it can bypass institutions. It speaks directly through rhythm, voice, fashion, movements. The global impact of us, it's spiritually sanctioned. It's spiritually summoned. Yeah, I'm not trying to get too deep, but just a little bit. I just want you to understand who you are spiritually. Yeah, somebody said the No Kings protest is boring. That's exactly what it is. Listen, if dysfunction in us was inherent, greatness wouldn't keep emerging from us, ladies and gentlemen. We keep showing global greatness. Despite us being so-called spiritually broken, they say that we're broken. No, we're not broken, or we're fine, spiritually fine. They socially try to break us, but we end up being the most culturally powerful, even political, and artistic leaders in American history. You look at some of the great things that represents American society. It's always us, family. James Baldwin, Frederick Douglass, who endured brutal slavery, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Aretha Franklin, Richard Pryor, who endured pain, but they were brilliant in that pain. They were brilliant in that dysfunction. You understand? Even when you're distorted by outside forces, that Majara spirit in us, it realigns its chosen vessels. It turns that pain into something, ladies and gentlemen. And the global emulation of our foundational Black American youths. See, that proves a higher resonance. See, we resonate with people globally. See, why does the world emulate foundational Black American slang, music, dance, fashion, food, even when we're criminalized and we're told that we're dysfunctional and all of that? But everybody emulates us everywhere. They're not just copying behavior. You understand? They're responding to a divine vibration that we have. See, there's a frequency we have, and that frequency heals, leads, teaches, and you have to latch on to it. See, our foundational Black American youths, they carry the echoes of the ancestors who survived the impossible, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Whitney Houston. Yeah, you talking about how she's a drug addict, whatever, but she was brilliant. One of the best singers on the planet Earth. Nobody can emulate her. Billie Holiday, who sang about lynchings, strange fruit. Icon. James Brown, who grew up in trauma, poverty, jail, criminalization, changed the world. Yeah? And white supremacy, they attack our FBA youths first because they represent the future of divine resistance. See, the system don't fear the past. They fear uncontrolled future. That's why they target the FBA youth so heavily. But see, even with that pressure, these young'uns, they continue to channel that spirit. They channel that spiritual energy. They upset global systems. They reshape culture. They remind the world who the true spiritual conduits are. You see? And how does this tie in? Going back to this whole nothing burger ass, no kings protests. I want y'all to understand something. Donald Trump played chess with these folks. Donald Trump did a chess move. See, Donald Trump deliberately did not institute policies to hurt foundational Black Americans. The Trump administration, they understood that we are the energy. They understood if we, foundational Black Americans, were massively against Trump, he would go down. It wouldn't pop off for him. So strategically, we have to understand strategy. Strategically, Trump deliberately has not, even in his first term, has not put together a policy to harm us. That was masterful because when he's hitting everybody else, if we aren't all agitated, they understand these movements aren't going to go anywhere. As you see, all of these other folks Trump has targeted, we ain't jumping up caping. So it's not affecting him. Trump right now, because y'all didn't think about it like that, family. Y'all didn't think about it like that. That's why all of these movements against Trump is failing. Trump played chess with their asses. This shit ain't going nowhere. This no kings thing went nowhere. These anti-immigration protests all over the place are not going anywhere. Why do you think they keep calling us to join them, family? Why do you think these people keep begging us to come out here and join them? Yeah, Trump pulled the Trump card. Yeah? Oh, he did a good job on them. Trump strategically didn't do anything to us, so now we're not going to jump up caping for everybody. That's why they're throwing stuff at Trump. It ain't hitting them. We ain't out there. Yeah? Trump has not put together no policy to harm foundational Black Americans, but the Democrats have. Oh, we didn't forget the crime bill. 3 strikes, the super predator narrative from Hillary and all of them people. Trump hadn't done nothing like that. That's why we ain't really jumping up, stomping for all this stuff. In fact, Trump had the First Step Act that actually helped a lot of black inmates. If we're going to be honest, Trump let a lot of black folks out. The folks that the Democrats threw in, Lil Wayne, Harry O, and all of these other people, Trump let them out. And Trump is also hinting at letting Diddy out if Diddy gets hit with a charge, with a conviction. Trump is playing chess with these folks. Yeah? Come on. Trump is playing chess out here. These immigration crackdowns, they're not targeting us, even though they keep trying to draw us in it. They keep trying, the Democrats keep trying, yeah, Kodak Black, Larry Hoover, he pardoned that thing. Come on. Trump is playing chess out here with these folks. Yeah? And Trump's enemies, they're the ones who support policies that harm foundational black Americans. These open border policies, those things harm us. Yeah, Kwame Kilpatrick, he let him out. You understand? Now, that's why we, the black community, we're like, why? What are we supposed to be mad at Trump for? Because the corporate sector said so? NBA Youngboy, right. What are we supposed to be mad at Trump for? Huh? He played chess on their asses. That's why they can't galvanize us to sit up here and join the hate Trump train. Trump has not done anything to us. Yeah? And listen, all of these other groups, when they're getting targeted now, they're sitting up here trying to get us to join their movements with this immigration stuff. Notice they're not talking to white people. They're all saying, hey, black Americans, FBAs, where are you? We're all in this together. Then they try to do some scare tactics. Well, if they're going to go after the immigrants, then black people is going to be next. Next to do what? What are they going to do? Next to do what? Like we keep saying, they done got at us first. We're used to it. They've thrown everything in the kitchen sink at us. You're not going to scare us. We've been dealing with the National Guard and white supremacist militia groups since 1526. We've been fighting these people on North American land since 1526. You ain't showing us nothing. Right. Y'all had black fatigue a week ago. Why y'all calling us now? Everybody's calling on us now. Everybody was telling us, oh, pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. You talk about racism too much, FBAs. Now that the hammer has dropped on them, it's like, hey, we're the FBAs now. Oh, I'm fatigued too. I'm tired of your ass. Yeah? But these people keep trying to drag us into their protests, which we have nothing to damn do with. Let's play some of these videos, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all give me some retweets and let everybody know we're in here. Y'all give me some retweets to let everybody know we are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you. We got the Latin immigrants trying to drag us in. I see this. I'm going through Twitter. I haven't seen this video yet. This is on my brother Black Alpha's page. This just popped on my timeline. I haven't seen this. Let me see what this is. Shout out to Black Alpha. That's my brother. He's a rider. I haven't heard this. I'm going to hear this for the first time with you, but it looks interesting. There's a tether wig there, so it looks like she's about to say some bullshit. She's talking about, I don't know what this says. I'm about to hear it for the first time. She says, Americans need to be humble. Let me hear this. I gotta hear this. Hold on. Let me see what she's saying.
I am an immigrant. I went to school in this country.
Yeah, we can tell by them bundles.
I was raised in this country, and Americans are delusional. not just as it relates to the plight of the average immigrant, but Americans are delusional as to how great their country actually is and why people sacrifice their lives to come here. It is not, in fact, because it's the greatest country in the world. No matter how much you're indoctrinated to believe this, it's actually false. But there is no immigrant who comes to America if they didn't have to. I know a lot of you think that we love strip malls and school shootings, but believe it or not, the citizens who come from these countries that you guys love to vacation to give up everything to come to this country. My grandma left her 6 children in Jamaica so that she can come to America for better opportunities, not just for herself, but for her entire family. And so she came to New York City to be a live-in nanny to other people's children. And throughout the 50 years that she lived in America, what she wanted the most was to eventually return to her country.
Cap. Oh, they all say that. They ain't never going back. Stop that damn lie. I wish y'all stop telling that lie. Stop that bullshit ass lie. Y'all don't never go back. Y'all stop telling that lie. Oh, well, I didn't want to make the money. Y'all can go back. Boy, y'all, man, they don't never go back. And the first and second generations, they don't go back either. Boy, they go, the minute, boy, if y'all don't stop lying, I don't want, they'll stop them from telling that damn lie. In fact, when they're told to threaten the kids, you threaten them with sending them back. When they want to punish those immigrant children, when the parents want to punish them, they threaten to send them back. Oh no, don't send me back, mama. Papa, don't send me back. They get terrified. If you do not get good grades, I'm going to send you back to the Caribbean. Oh no, Papa, don't do that. I'll be good. Don't say that. You are terrified to go back. Y'all come over here repping these flags but won't go back. Just like out here, people running around with these flags, but you are terrified to get sent back home. Don't say that. Don't start that. Stop that lie. Just stop that. Just stop that. Please stop that. Hell, remember Kodak Black? Kodak Black flies that Haitian flag, and somebody asked him, Kodak, you been to Haiti? Hell no. I ain't never been to Haiti and ain't ever going. I think they're going to eat me when I get down there. That dude, Kodak Black, said he's scared they're going to eat him. He said he is afraid they're going to eat him. They don't go there. Please stop telling that lie. Let me play the rest of this. I just have to interject that. Don't tell that lie now.
She had saved up all of her money, got her pension, and built her house back in Jamaica. She was only able to enjoy a few years back in her home until she died. She literally gave up her entire life to be here for her entire family. And the same goes for my mom, who sacrificed and gave up so much just so she can come here and make minimum wage, doing a thankless job that Americans would never do.
Okay, stop that lie. I wish they stopped that damn lie. Okay, let's stop these damn lies. Okay, this whole thing, we do jobs, we just don't do jobs for chicken pennies. We do jobs, but we work for living wages. We have to have jobs that's going to help pay rent, because foundational Black Americans don't live 20 and 30 people in one damn house like y'all do. Y'all can come over here and work these jobs that foundational Black American children used to work, like fast food, like gardening, things like that. These are jobs that foundational Black American kids used to work. Y'all came over here and started getting jobs that paid very little, and you would all stay in the same crib. So let's put it all in the right context. Let's put everything in the right context. Because I'm tired of these people telling these damn janky tether lies. Hold on.
But one that is so necessary in this country, caring for old people. People do not come to this country.
Okay, hold on, dude. Let me say this. Family, we have been hearing horror stories about tethers working at these nursing homes, abusing elderly foundational Black Americans. I have to do a broadcast on that later. I don't even want to open up that can of worms. Family, we have heard horror stories about them Caribbean tethers, African ones who come over and they work in nursing homes and they be abusing the hell out of them elderly FBAs. We hear horror stories. All right? Come on, you don't want to go there. Man, you don't want to go there, ma'am. Yeah. Though you say you worked at Hawthorne 6 theaters as a child. Yeah, these are they work in jobs that our youth and us as kids, we used to work. Like I said the other day on my broadcast, a part of foundational Black American culture when we were growing up, 70s and 80s, even in the 60s, what we would do, that's when we would get homes in areas that had yards and stuff. We would get at 10, 11, 12 years old, we'd get our lawnmower and a bucket of gasoline, go around the neighborhood, knocking on doors, asking people who needed their lawn cut. Cut your grass for $10. We'll cut your grass for $20. We go out there and knock them yards out. We get us some school money, clothes money, skating rink money, candy money. We were doing good. That kept us out of the bullshit. That kept us out of the bullshit. We had our little odd jobs, our little summer jobs that we had. The summer jobs are going to some dude who ain't got no birth certificate who's telling people he's 19, but his ass is 48 years old. You understand? That's where those summer youth jobs are going. It's going to Umduge, who's looking like Morgan Freeman, talking about he's 17. Yeah? Yeah, y'all remember back in the hood, back in the day, the McDonald's and Burger King, all your buddies worked up there. Y'all remember in the South? Come on now. Y'all remember back in the day, your homeboy worked at Rallies. Your homegirl worked at Hardee's. You go up there and get hooked up. You go up there and your classmates, what's up, nigga? Give me some fries, fool. They throw some extra fries in there. Your classmates in there hooking you up. Back in the day, the homies would work in the fast food joints. We hook each other up. Yeah? Now, you got middle-aged Hispanics and Caribbeans working up in there now. I'm not knocking anybody for getting a job and working, but damn, let's tell the truth. These Caribbean and Hispanic and foreign adults started getting jobs that were basically carved out for foundational Black American children. Yeah, we would deliver pizza. Our youth would deliver pizza back in the day. It was a pizza boy. Now you got elderly pizza, elderly Hispanic. You got the pepperoni? So yeah, now you got elderly people from Ghana delivering your damn food. Yeah. Come on now. So let's tell the truth about what's going on here. Let me play the rest of this lady babbling. Let me play the rest of it. All right, hold on one second.
Unless they absolutely have to. A lot of immigrants have to tolerate a lot by coming to this country. Immigrants are the reason why Americans can eat. And not only eat, but eat at a reasonable price.
What? What? What the hell is this woman talking about? What? What? What the hell is she? What? I'm confused. What the hell does we can eat because of you? I'm confused. What the hell does that mean? You can't even eat in your homeland. You're making dirt cookies. How we eating because of you? What is she talking? I don't even know what that means. I can't even counter that. I don't even know what that means. It's so damn stupid. Is it the wig glue? What is it? That's so damn stupid. I don't even know how to counter it. It's so stupid. Hopefully she can elaborate. What does that mean? We can't eat because of you. The hell? Hold on. What the hell does that mean?
and not only eat, but eat at a reasonable price. A lot of the luxuries that you guys consume would only be available to you because of immigrant labor. This country would not have a food culture if it wasn't for immigrants.
Okay, are there some new Jamaican drug? What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about, ma'am? We don't need you to... Foundational Black Americans, we've been eating good without immigrants. What is this fool talking about? Family is foundational Black Americans. We eat. We ain't never been running around here starving. Family, our families had gardens by their homes. We knew how to grow food. We ate. Our grandmothers, grandfathers, we had gardens. We had food. I just don't know the temerity. I don't know what she's talking about. That's just too damn stupid to debunk. I won't even dignify that with that's too stupid to debunk, to be honest. Hold on.
And I don't know why, for some reason, a lot of you are forgetting that Native Americans are called Native for a reason. Y'all are not native to this country.
Oh, yes, we are.
Either. This is a country made up of immigrants.
No, it's not.
If this was a poor country, no one would be here. If your country didn't help destabilize hundreds of...
Oh, don't start that.
...of countries around the world, again, no one would be here.
Okay, well, you didn't... Britain was the one who destabilized you. First Spain, then Britain. These people never go to the countries that directly destabilize them. They started hollering about the U.S. They never go to France. They never go to Britain. They never go to Spain. You never go to the countries that was really mollywhopping your ass. You come over here under us because we were the only ones kicking in the damn door, making things happen. Huh? Y'all got to come under us. Okay, let me play the rest of this. Hold on.
And if our own countries were stable, y'all would not see us. We would not be here. And entire industries...
Bye. Go fix it then.
...was shut down. You guys would not be able to sustain yourselves. So y'all really need to humble yourselves and also get over yourself. Because the fact of the matter is that if you're not Native American, you are an immigrant.
Okay, ma'am. We are foundational Black Americans, and there's not an immigrant bone in our bodies. We didn't immigrate from nothing. We were born out of the soil here. We are the only people who are indigenous to the United States. We are an ethnic group that was birthed out of the soil of the United States. We're the only ethnic group that can say that. We are not immigrants in any sense of the word. Ma'am, we don't need you. What she's doing, that's all projection, what she's doing. You can't eat in your homeland. You don't have anything going on over there. You can't get nothing popping without us. That's a projection. You're the immigrant, not us. That's a projection. They love projecting that insecurity onto us. They love projecting that onto us. They talk all of this stuff and then start begging us for help. When shit gets heavy, this video might be old. I don't know, because they ain't talking like this now. They're not talking like this now. They're humbling themselves now to a certain degree. Some of them, they're doing a lot of videos trying to shame us into supporting this immigration stuff, these immigration protests, and we're not. We're not getting involved. We're letting them know we're not getting involved. Yeah? And let me play some of these clips, ladies and gentlemen. Let me play some of these clips. Like this one Latin woman here, this Latino woman. Hold on, let me, there's so much I gotta play. There's a lot I gotta play here. Oh man, there's so much. This video here, this Latin woman here, hold on, because these immigrants be kind of talking the same gibberish. Now, hold on. This woman here talking about why they're waving Mexican flags. Hold on. Let me play some of this. Hold on. Because these folks are just delusional. Hold on.
The people who don't understand why we would be waving Mexican flags at the protests are so disconnected from their ancestors. You guys have no idea where you came from.
Yes, we do.
You don't know which countries your ancestors are from.
Yes, we do, ma'am. We are foundational Black Americans. This is interesting for a Mexican woman to say this. Mexico was created in 1521. You understand? Mexico and a Mexican, before the 1500s, there was no such thing as a Mexican. What did I just say? Before the 1500s, there was no such thing as a Mexican. Mexicans had an ethnogenesis. There was no such thing as a Mexican before the 1500s. There was an ethnogenesis of Spanish, some of the red indigenous people and black indigenous down in that area of Central America, and the Africans who were brought in for slavery. People always forget that Mexico was a slave colony. I don't know why they try to erase that part of history. Mexico was a slave colony. They got black mixed in with them too. You have African mixed in with you. That's why a lot of the foods, mofongo and all that stuff, there's a lot of black traits and a lot of the culture down there that they hate to admit. The fandango and all of that stuff. There's a lot of African traits in the culture. But let me play some more of this, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, we got to get some straightening here. Hold on.
If you ask a lot of people that are not Hispanic, they don't know where their family came from.
Yeah, we do.
That's cool. If you're so disconnected that you don't know where your roots come from, that's cool. But we do. We know where we're from.
What? Mexico. And we're from here. We're foundational Black Americans. And we've been foundational Black American pretty much longer than you've been Mexican.
And we take pride in our ancestors. I take pride in my roots. I take pride in the beautiful place that my family is from. Did my family leave where they were from? Yes, they did.
Contradiction.
That doesn't mean that I can't have pride in where I came from. I have been to Mexico many, many times over the past few years. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. There's beautiful people, beautiful culture, beautiful food, beautiful scenery. It's an amazing place. We know where we're from and we love where we're from. And you guys don't understand because you have no fucking idea about your history. You have no idea. And honestly, I think that's kind of sad. I think it's really sad. So when you see us waving Mexican flags, that's because we're proud of where we come from. The people that are cooking the fucking food in all the restaurants around here. And they work so fucking hard. They do the jobs that none of the Americans want to do.
No, again, they all tell that same lie. The melanated immigrants and the pale immigrants, they tell the same lie. No, we're just not living 20 in a house. We have to do it for a living wage because foundational Black Americans only have one or two head of households. We don't have 30 and 40 people stacked up in one house.
You ask any of these little mom and pop shops, who comes in to apply for cook position? Who comes in to apply for janitor position? Paying minimum wage or less? I'll tell you one thing, it's not Americans.
You damn right, because minimum wage and less is not a living wage. You damn right. We're not going to sit on top of each other like we're in a favela working for chicken pennies. You're right. We force the corporations and these entities to have living wages. You see? We say, hey, we form unions and things like that and say, hey, look, pay people like you got some damn sense.
And back to the main topic, I'm gonna wave my fucking Mexican flag. And we're trying to keep things peaceful right now.
But you're not going back down home. Boy, people got a lot of temerity There's a lot of temerity there, ladies and gentlemen. Man. Whew. Lord, Lord, Lord. So people are talking, somebody taking all the $2 orders. Y'all give me a retweet, let everybody know we in here. We got to cook tonight. We got to cook tonight. Yeah, don't sit here and talk about you know who you are. Yeah, we know who we are. This is why we're staying here on our homeland. This is not a nation built by immigrants. This was a nation built, cultivated, and curated by foundational Black Americans. That's why y'all keep calling us to come through, to step up for you. Now let me play this other lady. This is another lady who's out here talking about tensions between the Black and Latino community need to end, doing this little chastising. See, everybody's looking at us. Everybody's wondering what we're doing. Y'all got all this culture that we ain't supposed to have, but when shit gets hot, everybody's running up. Where are the foundational Black Americans? Where y'all at? FBAs, come help us. Where you are? Where y'all at? Everybody's trying to find out where we at and what we doing and trying to drag us into everything. Good freaking grief. Hold on one second. All right, let me play this lady here. Come on, these people are just talking. Hold on. Here we go. Listen to this.
The tension between the Black and Latino community needs to stop. And we need to be the generation to stop it. Anti-blackness exists in our community. We know this.
Right.
Anti-blackness also exists within the Black community itself.
Okay, now see, that's cap. See, when people say something like that, they're dismissing what they first said. Yeah, basically, us Latinos, yeah, we know we're anti-Black, but yeah, y'all got some anti-Blackness in your own culture too. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just clear that up. No, we don't. There is no anti-Blackness in Black society. That ain't true. You can't be racist against yourself. You cannot be racist against yourself. I'm not talking about some performative Larry Elder stuff where you get paid to co-opt white supremacist talking points. That's just performative. That's just an individual finessing a bag. You cannot be racist against yourself. You understand? Let's be very clear. A lot of these folks will sit up and say, well, there's racism, anti-Blackness in Black people. No, we don't have anti-Black institutions like they do. They have institutions that are anti-Black, that deliberately shut Black folks out. They create networks and institutions that shut out Black people. We don't do that. You understand? We don't have Metalala Raza and all of that shit. Improve the race by whitening up and all of that, getting with a white person to improve the race. No, we don't have that. Yeah? Real anti-Black racism is imported from the outside. Yeah? Anti-Black racism in Latin, Asian, white communities, that's group-based. In these non-Black cultures, see, their anti-Blackness is widespread, it's normalized, and it's taught generationally. It's not just an individual an opinion. Like, yeah, you might have some individual Black person, I hate niggas, somebody's just talking. There's no group-based anti-Blackness within Black American society. Yeah? There's no group-level anti-Black agenda within Black communities. So her saying that is bullshit. Just wanted to clear that up. That's cap. And when they say that, that's a way to silence the criticism of their anti-Blackness. Yeah? Because they can't say we got anti-Latino. They can't say that. She couldn't say that. Because we stomp for them more than anybody. We welcome them more than anybody. We patronize their businesses. We let them work for our businesses. We don't discriminate against them. So she can't say there's anti-Latino racism in black society. We've been the biggest supporters. When you come over here, you ain't really around Anglo-white people. Huh? That whole, well, black people are anti-black too, that's them trying to avoid accountability. Yeah? Come on now. So I just wanted to clear that lie up. Let's clear that bullshit up. Let me play the rest of this woman's nonsense. Let me hear the rest of this. Y'all give me some retweets. We need about 7,000 people up in here. We in here heavy. Come on now. Come on now. We in here. I started late, but it's going to be great. I started late, but we going to be great. Hold on.
All communities of color struggle with this. And the reason why is what we all have in common. We were all colonized and trained to have a mindset of you versus me for survival. But that ends with us. We need to lead with unity and not division.
Man, y'all come over here and go out of your way to divide resources from us after we sit up here talking about a black-brown coalition. Ma'am, that's your community. It ain't a we. We have always carried this black-brown mantle that has been one-sided. Don't wag your finger to us.
We have to be the change we want to see. We have to stop pointing the finger in both communities.
No. See, that both communities, we all a little racist. We all ain't no damn both communities. See, this is cap. This is cap. This ain't no both communities. We don't have a LULAC. Y'all have organizations that are anti-black. LULAC is an anti-black ass organization. LULAC, one of their biggest Latin American advocacy organizations, these folks went out of their way to tell us to kick rocks. That organization said the Negro problem ain't our problem. The president of that organization at one point had stores and restaurants down in Texas where he discriminated against black people. Yeah, that's projecting. No, ma'am, you're not going to shame us into joining y'all bullshit. No. We didn't forget. We didn't say we got Negroes running around here now from the Democrats trying to cape for these immigrants, and we ain't got nothing to do with it. That's why we are delegitimizing some of these Democrat old Negro shills. We ain't letting them represent our culture. We're saying enough is enough. We're like, hey, no. We ain't doing this blind allegiance where there's not going to be any type of reciprocal energy. You're not going to tell us to take no accountability when we sit up here and fight for y'all to come over, and then y'all come over here and have city council meetings where y'all sit here and plot against the black community like they did here in Los Angeles. They come over here and these Hispanic folks plot against reparations. Nuri Martinez. Let me reiterate. Let me show some receipts while we're talking about that. Just to give some, and let's hear from some other Hispanics. Let's hear from some other Hispanics. Here's some Cubans telling the truth. Look at this right here. Hold on.
Comunidad que nos va a sacar de este hueco se llaman los negros americanos.
100%.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans, the most are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American community that has not come out because it is not. I do. We didn't do shit for them.
I get it. But I don't.
Me and you.
Boy, she's telling the truth, boy.
Me and you support, but in masses, we didn't support anything that was going with them. Latinos look at Cubans specifically. I'm not going to talk about any other community because I'm not part of that community, even though I'm a Latina with them. Cubans talk shit about African Americans. Cubans did not support African Americans. Cubans think that they all victimize themselves, that all of this, all of that. African Americans are the only ones that are going to save your ass as Latinos. So you better start kissing. If you're gonna kiss some ass in this country, you better kiss some black.
But she kept it a bean, didn't she? She kept it a bean. Yeah, now people are starting to tell the truth now, because now we're flexing power. Now people are going to have to start coming clean. Yeah, that woman right there is telling the truth, because now we're making power moves. See, when you start making power moves and start standing on some damn business, that forces everybody to come on, start telling the truth and start coming clean. See, we should have been standing on business a long time ago, foundational Black American family, when we start delineating and looking at our ancestry and drawing power from our foundational Black American ancestry and saying, hey, we're not going to be used and denigrated and treated like slaves no damn more. And we said, hey, we're drawing a cultural line here and we're going to protect our culture and we're going to define what our lineage is. That made everybody get some damn act right, didn't it? That made everybody get some damn act right, and we stood on it. And them sitting up here whining and criticizing and name calling, that didn't take us off our square. Us acknowledging our foundational Black American lineage and culture was the biggest power flex in the last 100 years, ladies and gentlemen. That was a power move that they didn't see coming. When you define yourself and then you draw those boundaries, that's power. And let folks know, you crossing that, we gonna have a problem. Y'all cross that, and now we're not going to be the ones who come over there and save you, because now we're recognizing our divine lineage and we're gonna focus on that. Us just sitting down focusing on our divine lineage has shaken the damn table. These folks don't know what to do. They don't know what to damn do. This FBA shit, when is this shit going to stop? Never, nigga. It's the new norm. It ain't never stopping. That's the new norm. The new norm is you getting some act right now. This is it. You understand? We done set boundaries here. Just like other groups set boundaries on us. See, that whole shit where we're going to be this undefined, powerless, exploited group, where everybody can come and just extrapolate our culture and steal from us and denigrate us and then dump their garbage on us. Damn that. We stopped that. That was weak, sitting up here being some undefined generic African and all of that bullshit. That was weak, ladies and gentlemen, and we realized how weak it was. Trying to play nice. Everything ain't about playing nice. Everything is all about controlling your own destiny. We ain't gotta play nice. We've already done everything for everybody. Now it's time to play bold. We ain't playing nice no more. We're telling people what the hell the business is gonna be. We're making demands now. They ain't used to this kind of energy. We're making demands and giving consequences for those demands. See, they used to, when we were like an undefined, generic group of Negroes, then where everybody can come and latch on and claim our culture and then take it. We couldn't make demands because the tethers would come and just dissipate the energy. We said, hey man, we want some reparations. And then somebody come along, we as black folks don't need reparations. We need to stop begging these white folks. We need to stop being lazy. Oh, okay, I guess. Nobody ever stopped to ask, who is this Negro talking? Where is he from? And usually it's somebody who ain't even from the culture, somebody who ain't even qualified to get reparations. So we had to start asking questions. I'm like, hey, who are these people? We need to start I realized years ago, who the hell are some of these people? Where are they from? And we learn now, one of the most powerful things you can ask somebody, when they say something dumb or say something weird, where are you from? Where's your family from? That's like kryptonite to a tether. Somebody does something stupid. Man, where your people from, bro? I was born in America, nigga. No. Where's your people from? Because you weird. Yeah, we started realizing, hey, a lot of this stuff, this weirdo stuff, ain't coming from our culture. Yeah? Come on, man. Let me play some more of the receipts showing why we're sitting this thing out with these people. Let me show some more clips of why we're sitting there. This woman right here, Kate Sanchez, assemblywoman, opposing reparations. Now, it comes from the bottom to the top. This is why we're sitting it out. When we fight for black and brown unity, this is what we get right here.
Economist consultants from the task force reported the total amount could be as much as 800 billion. 800 billion. That's 2.5 times the size of our entire state budget. To pay for that, you'd need a major tax hike, unlike anything this state has ever seen before. I recognize and acknowledge the painful part of our history. The pains of our past should not be paid by the people of today. The majority of our state is Latino and Asian, making up 55% of our population. Most of them, like me, are first, second, or third generation immigrants who had nothing to do with slavery, discrimination, Jim Crow laws, nothing. It is fundamentally unfair to force these people to pay for this, and because of that, I will be opposing. Economists.
And you wonder why we sitting it out? Black folks, not only should you sit your ass down, kick your legs up and get comfortable while you're sitting down with these protests. You better not be nowhere near one of these damn protests. I wish I would be caught out here. This is what they would tell us after we fought to bring folks over here, lending our civil rights gains and moral capital and political capital. This is what we get, ladies and gentlemen. From the political structure, from the corporate structure, even from the street level. Hold on. Hold on one second. Hold on. We got a lot of receipts. There's a brother right here called Forgotten Latino History. He has a whole bunch of receipts. Let me play this one here. He pulled up an article about the Puerto Ricans. Like their problems confused with those of the Negro. We're talking about how Puerto Ricans, they didn't want their problems tied in with our problems. So yeah, hold on. It wasn't no big old melting pot. Hold on. One of the complaints is, unlike the Negro, they've never been militantly concerned over issues of integration, segregation, right? Why boycott? Compelled because they never had been referred to a minority before. Unlike the Negro, the Puerto Rican is not a race. Okay, so yeah, hold on. Because this brother has a whole bunch of receipts. Hold on. Hold on, I'm trying to find that one with American Cholo too. Hold on. Now remember, this is our good old buddy, American Cholo. And I done checked this guy for years. The anti-black racist American Cholo. Now this is him and his Hispanic buddies talking about reparations. All right, this is them talking about reparations. So from the top to the bottom, all of them, this is how they feel. They've been doing this for years.
Yeah, wait your equality. Wait your turn, and to those young Raza or Raza who want to believe that, you better turn your TV, brother. You better turn your radio back.
What do you think about these Black Lives Matter that they want to be paid for being slaves and
reparations?
Yeah, there.
Are you talking about? Well, I heard they passed in North Carolina.
Yes.
But it was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for workers over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it. So
yeah, and that's what we, the Raza, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major.
Do you hear? They need to protest us getting reparations. The Raza needs to step up and protest black people getting reparations.
And turn around and tell them, no, Nobody gave reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first.
What? What? You supposed to get reparations from Spain, which you already got paid. Mexico got paid.
We've been going to this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group, dog? This United States a melting pot. How are you going to give it to a specific group?
Because right now they've got the white people with so much guilt. It was your.
Okay. All right. You see what I'm saying? And you wonder why black people are sitting it the hell out. You wonder why black people are sitting it out. As we should. We should be sitting it out. Yeah? Yeah, has American Cholo... Gil, have you been to any of these protests? American Cholo, have you been to any of these immigration protests? I know he's from Honduras, actually. He's not even Mexican. He's Honduras. Cholo, good buddy. I ain't spoken to you in a while. You been to some of them protests for your folks? Huh? But look, these folks... Oh, I need to play the rest of that lady. Let me play the rest of that lady. Because I wasn't done with her. I just wanted to show some of the cap she was spewing. Hold on. Let me play the rest of her. This woman here. I ain't done. All right, hold on.
And make the decision that we are going to choose to be united versus divided. I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, but here are examples of how you can show up differently and be the change you want to see. Number one, share stories of solidarity. Share stories of love.
Ma'am, what's love got to do with it? And when was the solidarity? The solidarity has been one-sided. That solidarity has been one-sided. That's been us maintaining a black-brown coalition. Nobody never stood with us. And don't say the LA riots, because we were out there putting in work and the Hispanics out there getting free furniture. During the Black Lives Matter riots and uprisings, we put in work, and then they come out there talking about immigration and LGBT. They would come out there and shift the energy and the focus on immigration. They were out there for themselves. Come on, what's solidarity and love? See, they start talking that love stuff. See, yeah, they start talking about sexual access. Yeah, they think, okay, if you have sex with black folks, that's a form of solidarity. No. That's what they mean. You laying up with a black person. They think that's the extent of their damn solidarity. No, thank you. Nope. Where's the money? Because they come over here and do all types of little janky shit when it comes to money and resources.
Share stories of when you have experienced the Black or Latino community showing up in your spaces. We need to shift the narrative. Number two, if your reality is division between the Black and Latino community and your goal is unity, then it is up to you to seek out examples of when the Latino and Black communities show up for one another, where they show love, where there is actual solidarity, because guess what? It exists.
Where?
And if you need a place to start with me. I am happy to be a part of your network of Latinos who have nothing but love for our Black sisters and brothers.
Okay, then I'll let you see my titties. That's what you, you trying to flirt with niggas. No, I don't care about that, ma'am.
Number three, ask your neighbors how...
You can start with me. No, that's flirting. No, that's them. Hey, let me throw some coochie your way. No, ma'am. No. We need them resources. We need to stop that economic sabotage. These folks get into political power and start doing things to sabotage us economically. We need them to stop trying to sabotage us, and y'all need to get out here and make sure foundational Black Americans get tangible resources. You want to show unity? Get your ass out here and make sure we get the tangible resources that y'all been out here sabotaging. That's what you do. And stop making excuses. We sit up here and make sure you get resources. Not only that, you get resources using programs with our icons in mind, like DACA, the Dreamer program. Dreamer, based off Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. Dude, we come up here and we let these folks get HBCU scholarships and money. It ain't reciprocal. Make sure we get resources. Dude, I'm out here in LA. Family, man, the economic sabotage that our black businesses get out here, we got the Hidden History Museum. We are opened by the gifts and prayers of the black community. Some of these Hispanic gatekeepers in the administrative parts of the city, they have done everything to sabotage us. We don't get the right permits we need to get. Not the loans, but the grants that museums and art institutions and social institutions and minority institutions are supposed to get. We're supposed to get all types of grants. We can't get nothing because they gatekeep it and then they send it all out to their own people. We have not gotten any funding from the city or the state of California and Los Angeles. And they have all types of millions and millions of dollars earmarked for institutions like our museum, ladies and gentlemen. And every time we're supposed to get some resources or permits or whatever, these people are up there gatekeeping everything. I'm telling you from experience, they sabotage our ass administratively. And we've seen how they've talked about us behind closed doors. Some of these politicians, we've seen them talk about starving us out economically. They sat up here and literally talked about it. And they do it. And I'm telling you they're doing it. From experience, sir, ma'am, I'm telling you. Get this money together. Get these resources together. You understand? Get that together. Happy Father's Day to you guys too. Let me play the rest of this. See, we got to watch that. Oh, we all in this together. I want to be your friend. Damn, that. Where's the money, Maria?
How you can be helpful. You need to lead with your heart in this moment.
No. See, that's them trying to make an emotional plea so we can come out there and cape for them.
The only way that we are going to experience an actual shift. We have to show up as human beings. We have to show up vulnerable. We have to show up as the change that we want to see. Lastly, ask others to join you. Let's actually start in the comments. Share your stories of solidarity and love. If members of the Latino and Black community have a hard time seeing it, let's show them how it's actually done. I stand with my Black brothers and sisters, and I also stand with my Latino familia. But the change, it starts with us. I love you.
Okay, yeah, she's trying to throw some coochie at nigga. Yeah, that don't work no more. Yeah, that don't work no more. That whole, hey, I can show you some of these Dominican titties, that don't work no more. That worked on niggas in the 70s, especially in New York. Come on. Yeah, a lot of them old New York Negroes, boy, them Puerto Ricans, them Puerto Rican women were throwing that cooch at y'all and it hypnotized them niggas. Let's be real. That Puerto Rican cooch did a number on Negroes in the 70s in New York. That Puerto Rican cooch was a monster. Them niggas are still strung out on that Puerto Rican cooch. Not no more. No, that don't work no more. Yeah? That don't work no more. Yeah, that's coochie baiting. I love you, Papi. We're all in this thing. I told you that what they were going to try to do. When shit got hot, they going to want us to come and join the fight. And I've seen one or two Negroes out there booed up with a Mexican chick with them holding a damn flag. No more Trump. Bucking their damn eyes. No more Trump. ICE is bad. ICE is bad. No, ain't that right, Cecilia? ICE is bad. Sit your ass down, nigga. You seen a couple of them eye-bucking Negroes. Yeah, you seen a couple of them eye-bucking Negroes out there booed up with a Latino woman at the protest. One or two dumb Negroes. Sit down. No, no, no. They don't represent the norm. No, no. That don't represent all of us. We ain't playing that game. You see? We ain't playing that game whatsoever. See, the thing is, family, these folks talk about that solidarity. There's no solidarity. So, and I was debating somebody the other day. He tried to bring up Cuba. Yeah, there was a solidarity. There was black and brown. Fidel Castro in Cuba. Cuba stood in solidarity with black Americans. So there was a black and brown. Not really. I mean, Castro did isolated acts of solidarity for his own political gain. And look, in Fidel Castro, and I give him credit where credit is due, but that wasn't indicative of Cuban culture. Fidel Castro was being strategic in the Cold War. When the Soviet Union and the U.S., they had a Cold War with each other. It wasn't a direct confrontational military battle, but they were battling using soft power. They were battling using propaganda. They were battling with weapons. Like, okay, I'm building weapons, you building weapons. We're going to try to get to space before you. We're going to try to get there before you. So there was a space race. There was an influence battle with the Soviet Union and the United States. So that Cold War, the Soviet Union were getting their allies. Cuba was their ally. And different nations were doing things to undermine the U.S. and they used the U.S.'s anti-black racism against them. And Castro was very strategic at doing that. So that's why Cuba would allow revolutionaries like Assad Shakur and people like that. These were individual gestures. They would let certain folks come on through. So that was a propaganda strategy to kind of undermine the U.S. global influence, to showcase Cuba as basically a beacon of anti-black racism. Of anti-racism. Not anti-black, but just anti-race. Like, look at the U.S., boy, y'all got a lot of racism, but we'll embrace some of these revolutionaries. So it was like the pro-black optics. Castro would go to Harlem. Castro would hang out with Malcolm X and some of the riders. So that was to create optics. You understand that wasn't the general consensus of Cubans, because Cubans, the ones who identified as white, they came over. The minute they got over here, they started with the Negro hating. All right, so let one or two symbolic gestures of political optics, that's not a real coalition. There was no long-term grassroots unity in the U.S. And let's be real, you had a lot of exiles who tried to go to Cuba. You had a lot of folks, black folks, who were hijacking planes and all that. They would go to Cuba, they get turned back around. They didn't let all of the revolutionaries go into Cuba. Let's be very clear. All right, let's be very clear. Some of them Cubans said, you're going to make the block too hot. Now, I can't get too much political leverage out of this. So they would, hey, U.S., we got a plane. Come get your plane and come get this nigga. Yeah? But Castro, he would do some great things. We got to just put everything in the right historic context. He opened the door for black people to go down there and get free medical training down there. So yeah, they did some good things, but it was for political optics. You understand? They understood. No long-term friends, just strategic allies, which is fine. But it wasn't no big black-brown coalition. Let's get off that. Because again, when Cubans get over here, it's like, hey, where are the white people at and which part of their ass do I kiss? Yeah? Y'all know you in Miami, you dealt with them Cubans in Miami, black folks in Miami. They say the first form of anti-black racism they experienced was from Cubans down in Florida. That's the first part of the racism they experienced. So let's just put everything in the right context. All right? Got to put everything in the right context. But family, the thing is, these folks keep trying to draw us in to their immigration conflict. We ain't got nothing to do with it. I just video after video after video. Where are the FBAs? Where are the FBAs? Oh God, the FBAs need to be out here with us. Listen, these people, They need political cover through our foundational Black American struggle. See, the global legitimacy of foundational Black Americans through our civil rights and our protest history, that gives all of these movements moral weight. When you attach us to your cause, immigrant groups, they want to borrow credibility and sympathy that their agendas lack. Their agendas just don't have credibility. This immigration thing, people ain't really biting on it like that. It's like, okay, you're fighting for the right to come in the country illegally? It ain't really moving the needle. See, they need our FBA visibility to amplify their causes, ladies and gentlemen. We've always been the face of protest, foundational Black Americans. We've been the face of resistance. We've been the face of social change. So when these immigrants hop on here talking about how we need them, when? You ain't doing shit now. Y'all begging us to come on through. Y'all ain't able to move nothing. Y'all asking us, begging us to come on down. And we want to love, and let's get together and love. And shut up. Your movement ain't got no traction, and you know it ain't got no traction without us. So y'all trying to force a false coalition so you can get some visibility because your shit is falling flat. And we're saying, nah, y'all gonna have to fix all this sucker shit y'all been doing with our reparations, with our tangibles. Let's get that straight. All that, please help me, Papa. See, Papi, come get me. Come, I got something for you. No, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Put your titties up. Huh? They want to deflect from their own anti-blackness. No, y'all better address that and rectify it. See, they want foundational Black American protection without being reciprocal. See, now that these groups, they're being targeted by law enforcement and the National Guard and all that, they know we're skilled at resisting state violence. They know. We know how to duck and dodge. We're skilled at resisting. Have y'all seen some of these protests? They out here getting shot up with rubber bullets and paint guns and shit. They're just walking right into the shit. Have y'all seen some of I saw one Mexican dude, he out there tearing his ass up with a paintball gun. And what is this? No, my gusta. What is this? They're tearing his ass up with a paint. They're killing him with them rubber bullets. They don't know what to do. Shit, dude. Caramba. They're popping your ass with them damn rubber bullets and y'all just running all over the place. Y'all don't know how to deal with that. So y'all want us out there. Yeah. We know how to, that's why you don't see us out there getting shot up with rubber bullets and all that. We know how to kind of move and shake. You know? Y'all saw, I don't want to play the video of the dude getting the toe up with them rubber bullets and them paint guns. Yeah. So, listen. Yeah, we know how to move and shake from that. We know how to resist that. We know how to kind of move, duck, and dodge. We know guerrilla warfare to a certain degree. We know how to move and shake on the urban landscape. We know how to, we know how to get down. You know? Yeah, we know how to get down and kind of duck and dodge and be strategic about certain things. Yeah? And the thing is, yeah, we ain't gonna just come out there and take the heat for nothing. We ain't about to come out here and use our cultivated skills. Should I show the video of the dude getting hit with the paint? Hold on. Let me find the video. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the video. Can somebody, while I'm talking, if y'all could help me find that video. Hold on. Hold on one second. Because it's kind of low-key funny. Where is it? Because they're tearing that dude up with the paint gun. Hold on, where is it? Where's that video? Okay, now I can't find it. I want to find it. I can't find it. Where is it? Okay. I can't. If y'all can find it, if y'all can find that video, because it's hard for me to find it while I'm talking. If y'all can find the video find the video for me, family. I'll play it, of the dude getting hit with the paint gun and the rubber bullets out here in LA. Y'all, if y'all can find me the video link, that'd be great. If y'all can find the video link, that would be great. That would be absolutely great. Y'all, find that for me, please, family. If y'all can find that and post it in the chat, please. But, we're just not going to go out there turning up for everybody and using our urban maneuvering skills. We're just not going to do that. You see, these other groups, they want to have us come on through because, see, they're afraid of being left alone in a losing fight. See, without foundational Black American involvement, their protest is just not respected. They know they're going to lose. They haven't moved the needle because they don't really have an argument that makes sense. It's like, hey, let us commit crime. It's illegal to come in a country illegally, just hopping over. It's illegal all over the world. That's why there's the global community ain't feeling this shit. You don't have a real argument. You understand? Because you can't, the other countries are like, hell, I wouldn't let them over in here either. You can't just you can't walk up in other people's countries just willy-nilly. Yeah? That just can't happen. Yeah? That's why they keep trying to create this false people of color unity narrative. See, these immigrant groups, they benefit from that lumping everybody under the people of color, Black and brown label and minority, because they leech off the political capital of foundation of Black Americans, pulling us into the immigration issue. That reinforces a myth of a united front, which doesn't exist in practice. That's why these folks have such a problem with the delineation movement. Us delineating put a wrench in that shit. That delineation whooped their asses. That's why they keep, when is this FBA stuff going to go away? Never. It's never going to go away. That's who we are. That's what we are. We've acknowledged our history. We've acknowledged our lineage. You can't denigrate it. So now it's going to be forced to respect. You're going to have to respect it. You cannot guilt trip us into co-organizing with you. You can't run up here talking about we supported George Floyd. No, y'all went out there supporting immigration and used the dead body of George Floyd to facilitate that. Y'all not going to play that game. Huh? They understand, and I want y'all to feel me here. They understand foundational Black American lineage-based advocacy is gaining massive power. They understand that. They understand that our institutional framework, media framework, lineage and legal framework for justice, it's gaining a lot of traction. And they're realizing that other groups, all these other groups are being left out of the conversation. And they're not used to us doing, they're so entitled for us bringing them along with everything we do. They're so damn entitled. Now that we're saying, we're going to let you focus on your own issues, just like y'all been telling us, your problem is your problem now. Y'all told us that you work hard and we need to be like you. And you know what? We should be like you. We gonna sit it out like you sit it out. We gonna let you hold your own nuts like you let us hold our own nuts. So you trying to drag us into the melting pot when the pot is hot for you, that's not gonna work. Y'all seeking solidarity. No. You're seeking protection because we've been protecting y'all asses all this time. You're seeking political leverage. You're seeking visibility. You're seeking our spiritual righteousness. trying to be a vampire on us. And we're not letting you. We're not letting that happen. They want that FBA muscle. Shout out to DJ Trillis for the Cash App. We're just not letting people exploit us no more. You understand? And that's the new norm. So now what people are doing now, they're trying to, oh, this FBA shit, nigga. Oh, this FBA shit. What is this shit? This FBA is a cult. You're trying to redefine what our lineage is, which is a form of disrespect. So now our lineage has got us codified. So now they keep trying to reframe our lineage and denigrate it, trying to create a false narrative of a cult and leadership. Is that Tariq? Tariq is the leader. He is the leader of a cult. Ain't no cult. Ain't no leader. Just because you are tethering, you say so. I am not a leader of anything because we don't need a leader. Your lineage is your leader. And I want y'all to understand something. See, that's what, when you handle business, people will assume you are a leader just by handling business. And Tether's always hollering about somebody a leader. They're so damn used to fleeing. Anybody who don't flee and stand on business, they freak out. Hold on. Let me see what this is. Hold on. Hold on one second. I'm trying to see. Okay, oh, this is a white woman. Oh, I think, they hit her ass with a couple of them bullets. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's something different. Okay, yeah, they hit her with a couple of bullets. Hold on. Oh, yeah, they got her. This is on the Sun's website, and the Sun, I can't play that because I know they do strikes. Hold on one second. Yeah, I saw that. That's funny. That's funny. Hold on one second. But yeah, I wanted to show them getting lit up with them bullets. They don't know what to do. What's up, A. Harrison? How are you? So you're my neighbor? What's up, A. Harrison? Well, you live next to me? What's up, A. Harrison? What's up, Erica Kane? But listen, like I said, they always try this leader stuff. They always run around here with that leader stuff. Tariq is the leader. No, Tariq is not the leader of anything. I don't want nobody following me. You don't need to follow me. You got phenomenal foundational Black American ancestors that you follow. You got a whole family to follow, a whole lineage of family people to follow. You follow your lineage. You see, the thing is, but when you handle business, people just will assume that you are a leader just by virtue of you handling business. Yeah? The thing is, they say I'm a leader because I create. Whenever I say I'm going to do something, I just do it. And I put real things together. So people, okay, he must be, that's the image of a leader. Just because I just do things. We all should be doing it. We should all stand on business. The code is the leader. I just do things that I say I'm going to do. Shit. Don't even want to be a leader. Just be a man of your damn word. Just if you say something, do what the hell you say you're going to do. That's it. People say I'm a leader because for years I've shaped public opinion and discourse. Just by being logical. A lot of times people say I set the tone for discussions around racism, reparations, identity, a lot of things. And it resonates internationally. I just try to do things from a logical perspective. I just do things and just make them very simple. When I speak, I know what the hell I'm talking about. Because I can speak confidently about what I'm saying because I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to do the research. And when I speak, I'm not going to be out here just gibberish babbling. And I speak independently. These other people out here, they're controlled by corporations and politics. And people can spot phonies when they see them. Just like Strappy and them. When Strappy running around here trying to tell everybody she's the leader of this. You notice how people who beg to be recognized as a leader, don't nobody want to really rock with them? Because people can see you've been co-opted. The damn Democrats co-opted these clowns. They run around here telling people to vote down Democrat for nothing. Come on, people can see you a fraud and a damn phony. Ain't nobody controlling me. I don't give a damn about the Democrats, nor the Republicans or anything, or the independents. I don't care about no damn political parties. I ain't clicked in with none of them. Yeah? I give an unfiltered, independent voice that's rare and respected. Because I don't have no allegiance to none of these political parties, I can speak real. I can criticize either side. I'm all about the interest of black community, foundational black community in particular. Huh? People can feel that. And the thing is, with me, yeah, I report the news. And I have constantly defended black interests. Man, y'all go back to the Mac Lessons radio days. I've been doing that. Y'all, some of y'all been rocking, some of y'all, I've raised some of you. I was somewhere the other day, I was in Hollywood, and there was a dude, because people come up to me all the time and show love. Brother, I was at a restaurant, this brother was like, man, what's up, Tariq? Dude, man, I grew up with you, bro. Man, I'm like, he's like, man, I'm 30 years old now, man. I've been rocking with you since I was 10. I started listening to you when I was 10 years old. I'm like, damn. I've been around for a long time. Yeah. When I talk to people, I see a lot of people who grew up on my stuff, a lot of people who's like 29, 30, 25. They're like, literally, I've raised them. They've been growing up reading my books. My books have been around before they were born. Yeah? So I've been around for a minute. Consistent for a minute. I've been around. Yeah? You can't be fake that damn long. You understand? I've been around for a minute. You can't fake it that goddamn long. Yeah? So the thing is, man, one thing about me, people see me as they look at me as trying to be a leader. My thing is, I don't even try to be a leader. I unapologetically defend black Americans. I've always done that. Because black Americans, we've always been denigrated. We've been denigrated by all of these different groups. The white supremacists, then the Asians come over and join in, then Hispanics want to join in, and then the non-FBA melanated people from Africa and the Caribbean, they want to come on in and start denigrating us. And I said enough is a damn enough. I said enough is enough. I just made a vow to myself, knowing our history and knowing all the things that we've done for so many people. I just refuse to let anybody denigrate us and our culture. Again, I just will not let nobody denigrate foundational black Americans. Those days are over. Because nobody is at liberty. And that's why I've given people some of the game, some of the talking points to refute a lot of that horse shit these people talk about. Because studying history, that really empowers you. And I know the history. And then I travel and I go to all of these different places and then I come back and, wait a minute, why is this you? I know you ain't talking shit about us. So when somebody comes over, like, you know, these clowns who call up to my live stream, my Twitter spaces. These people call in from third world countries. Yes, you FBAs, you need to get your shit together. You niggas are the worst. Like, fool, you know I just left your homeland. I've been over there to where you from. Are you really going there? We're not talking about me right now, nigga. No, we are going to talk about you. That's why the Myron Gaines and all these people, I light their asses up. Like when I went in their space, that infamous space they had, and that went viral and embarrassed all of them. There was about 10 of them in there, denigrating foundational black Americans, and I went in there slicing and dicing their ass like Jesus going into the temple with a sash, whooping the heathens. I went in there and lit them bitches up. Huh? Killing them. It was about 10 of them. I'm in there by myself, lighting their asses up. You know? Yeah, I was in like Bruce Lee on their ass. But when you know your history, you can shut that shit down. Ain't nobody at liberty to say nothing about us, FBA family. Nobody. Nobody. Can't say nothing about us negative. White people, Asians, Hispanics, nobody can say anything negative about us. And I show people how to shut that shit down. Yeah? But yeah, people try to put me in the leadership category. Well, because the thing, I mobilize people to take action just by standing on truth. That's just, if you stand on truth, that's contagious. That's it. I live a truth, and that makes other people want to live truth. Yeah? And the fact that I'm targeted all the time, the fact that I'm a constant target of smear campaigns, that's showing something. When the mainstream media, these people, the way they try to smear me, they're constantly trying to attack me and misrepresent me. That shows I got some level of influence. Yeah? Without even trying. I'm not even trying to be nobody's leader, but damn, every time I turn on the TV, got the Tariq Nasheed did this, and I'm talking about liberal and conservative. Yeah, when whole countries start banning you, you must be doing something right. They don't ban you for doing something wrong. And I'm talking about wrong criminally. I didn't do anything criminally. But yeah, when you get whole countries banning your ass, and you got whole media outlets and think tanks sitting up here trying to denigrate you, and you got the Democrat Party sending their operatives trying to smear and slander you, is Roland and them guys always trying to slander me, all the Democrat operatives. They send memos around trying to slander me. Yeah? When you have whole Puerto Rican organizations and Latino organizations calling movie theaters to get your film removed because it's getting an Oscar buzz, that's power. Huh? When they send ops and agents around trying to sabotage our events all the time, they done sent all types of undercover agents and ops to our museum out here. That's the level of power and influence that's undeniable. Yeah? But that's what it is, man. It's, you follow your lineage, man. We as foundational Black Americans, we have always been the secret sauce, ladies and gentlemen, and these people are showing everything they do is failing without us involved. Everything is about failing when we ain't involved. Somebody said the Breakfast Club didn't have me on the show. Yeah, and I think it was some from the top. I think, yeah, some, because again, they know I'm very critical of the Democrats, and I'm still cool with those guys. Shout out to Charlemagne. I'm still cool. I don't have a problem with those guys. But I think somebody from the top said, hey, don't have him on. Because as we see, it seems like the Breakfast Club is somewhat of a proxy and a mouthpiece for the Democrats. And I've been extremely critical of the Democrats, and people actually listen to me. So I'm thinking they done made some calls to the top and said, nah, which is fine. Nobody owes me their platform. I don't even trip on that. Nobody owes me their platform. That's their platform. That's fine. I get it. I understand. I get it. I get it. Yeah? That's not a problem because the movement is still moving. You understand? The movement is moving, ladies and gentlemen. We cooking with fish grease right now. You understand? Yeah, the spirit is out there, man. That FBA spirit is out there. That's the new norm, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, everybody, go to Hidden History Museum. We need everybody to contribute to the Hidden History Museum. Also, go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com and get this book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z. Very good book. Go to rootworkstyle.com to get your Rootwork deodorant. Rootworkstyle.com. Everybody, stay comfortable, stay sitting down. Brothers, don't let them Latina titties finesse you. Sit your ass down. You're gonna have the Latino women coming at you. They're gonna be throwing ass. All right. If you want to smash, smash, but don't get your ass out there to the protest. After you smash, go sit your ass down somewhere. I ain't telling you not to smash, but don't let her finesse you to go out there and protest. All right? Women, sisters, don't let Rico Suave finesse you. Don't let Rico Suave finesse y'all, sisters. Because they don't work with the sisters. The sisters ain't going for that bullshit. That's why they send the women after dudes, the brothers. Yeah, you can't send Hector to one of the sisters. Boy, bye. If you don't get your little old ass up out of here with that big belt buckle, with that belt buckle and them boots, get your ass out of here. So yeah, they're not going to get Hector to finesse the sisters to come on out. You're not going to get that. That's not going to happen. But them Latinas, they're going to go out there throwing ass at some of the brothers. Come on now, y'all be strong. Don't let them finesse you to go out there to protest. Sit your ass down. All right? Sit your ass down. I'm going to be checking some of y'all brothers. I'm gonna check y'all. Y'all come to the museum, nigga. You smell like white diamonds, perfume, and Goya powder. I know you've been laying up with somebody at one of these protests, nigga. I know you done been at some protest hugged up with a mamacita. All right? We're gonna call you out. All right? Sisters, all right, don't come up here with Jesus and you out here getting your lace front shot off with rubber bullets. Oh, damn, Paco. You didn't tell me they gonna be shooting a bitch. Sit your ass down, Laquita. Sit your ass down. All right? All right. Y'all go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. All right? I'm up out of here, guys. Puppy